What's up? We're back with episode 3 of Chop and Talk. Today I'm here with local business owner TJ from TJ Smoke Shop. So TJ, how you doing, bro?
I'm good. You actually just cut my hair earlier today. So.
Yeah, we did. We got you that fresh chop. Yeah. Gotta get the slick back rocking nice.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah, man. So, are you originally from Cruces or?
So I'm not.
Okay.
My family came here in the 1600s and kind of settled in New Mexico. So like my great grandfather, he was a local artist.
Okay.
And then the family kind of just grew from there.
Nice.
We have a museum in town. There's a world-renowned chili stand that's my family's.
Oh shit! Okay, what's the name of the chili stand?
Riesterman.
Riesterman?
Yeah, so that's in Mesilla, same with the Gadsden Museum, and things like that. So my family's been here for way before, 300 years before the state.
Yeah, even really existed.
It actually existed. So,
okay.
Yeah, we've been here a hot minute.
That's what's up, man. So where are you originally from?
So I'm originally from St. Louis, Missouri.
Okay.
But I grew up and lived most of my life in New England, so Boston, New York, stuff like that.
So it's safe to say you're probably a Celtics fan?
Actually, I don't like basketball that much.
Oh, okay.
And I'm a Cardinals fan for baseball because of St. Louis.
And football?
Football, it depends. I'm more of a college ball guy.
Okay, all right, that's cool. Because I was about to ask, are you a Brady wagon or are you just a genuine New England fan?
Just a genuine New England fan.
Okay, cool.
So it was interesting.
So what was your early childhood upbringing like? How did that go?
That's interesting. So we moved to New Hampshire when I was like 89, so I was 5.
Okay. And that was from out here, or?
That was from St. Louis.
Okay, cool.
And then other than that, I mean, my parents split a couple years later, and it was just my mom, myself, and my sisters.
Okay, cool.
Basically.
So you dealt with that, having to be that father figure of the house, take care of everything?
No, actually, I didn't have to do that.
Oh, that's cool.
My mom is, and I mean this with all respect, she's probably the most rugged bitch I've ever met in my life.
Hey, bro, my mom's a single mom, and I wouldn't describe it like that, but my mom's tough as nails, bro.
My mom, so my parents split when I was 9.
Yeah.
That was like 3rd grade. 4 years later, in 7th grade, my mom had cancer.
Oh, bro.
Beat it.
Nice.
And then my junior year had cancer again. Beat it.
Damn,
so
twice.
She's cancer twice.
Hell yeah, bro. Right? That's awesome.
My grandmother died of the very same thing.
Oh, so bro, that's rough.
That when I say that she's a rugged bitch, that's in all respect to my mother.
Oh yeah, she's a fighter.
She's a tough ass woman.
Hell yeah, man.
You know
that's awesome. So so moved to New Hampshire, right? So you moved to New Hampshire when you were 5. Parents split up. That's always a sucky situation, bro.
Yeah.
But so fast forward a couple years later, what was like your high school life like? Like what?
High school was rough. I had yet to kind of like figure out like social cues and things like that. I always had trouble with it. So like high school was awkward. Like I wasn't hated in high school, but like I also was not like the cool kid in high school.
Yeah, okay, I feel that.
Like no lies about that.
Yeah.
I hung out with all types of people, every type of walk of life.
Cool.
So like everybody knew me, but I really didn't fit in anywhere.
Okay, cool.
I was this
little bit of an outcast, you know.
I was like really weird social.
Instead of a social butterfly,
yeah.
Like
it wasn't until I was like 26, 27 that I found myself.
Okay, cool.
So this has been a long ride.
Very cool. So when did you get into owning a local, vape shop here in Cruces? Let's take it back. When did you first get into the vape industry?
So 2012
okay.
was the first time we got into the vape industry. We opened a shop in Laconia, New Hampshire.
Okay.
It was the first vape shop in New Hampshire.
Yeah.
It lasted 5 years. Unfortunately, closed in 2017.
Yeah.
But what accompanied that was a whole bunch of federal regulation and all sorts of stuff. So
that it was probably pretty early into the whole like vape scene around 2012, right?
Yeah. So you're talking like vaping had already been established in like the West Coast, California, things like that. The electronic cigarette game and then unregulated mods and competitions were huge out in California.
Oh yeah.
And so it really didn't. And we were about 5 years behind. So we're looking at like 2006, 2007 when vaping kind of started taking off on the West Coast.
Okay.
They're closest to the Philippines and places in China, so that's where a lot of vaping products come from.
Gotcha. Yeah, I remember when I was like 12, dog. My cousin was pulling out big old mods, like, "Hey, hit this, bro." And I'm like, "No, my mom will kick my ass," like not really knowing what it is and stuff like that. So
absolutely,
I would say probably around because I was 12 years old at the time. Probably around when my cousins started doing it because they're a few years older than me. And shit. So getting back to how you got your foot into it, you said that shop, it went down because they were cracking down, probably real strict about those laws.
So what happened was the federal government passed, and state legislatures had passed laws. Like in Massachusetts, it's illegal to have flavored
Anything?
e-juice.
Wow.
So it's only tobacco flavored. And then tobacco started cracking down on the sourcing for nicotine.
Yeah.
Which meant that a lot of established brands had closed their doors. Because you had things like the PMTA and other federal regulations towards e-cigarettes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And mods and devices that even now devices without tanks come with a warning that says that nicotine is an addictive substance and blah, blah, blah. Doesn't have the same cancer warnings though.
But yeah, they changed that.
They changed that.
That's funny. And so, we're going to jump ahead. You'd probably just be jumping back and forth a little bit, but how was it coming from, New Hampshire to New Mexico dealing with those laws? Because if you went from
those laws, so I didn't come out here until last year.
Okay.
So the laws have been in effect for probably 2018 is when they really hit. So 2018, 2019. So 4 years.
Yeah.
That it really hit, and like there are brands that are still here today.
Yeah.
They use synthetic nicotine, or they've done all the licensing to still source their nicotine from tobacco.
Yeah.
And things like that. Just a lot of boring legislative
stuff. Okay.
But luckily, New Mexico hasn't cracked down on things like that, like a lot of other states in the U.S.
Yeah. Well, because I know I probably. What was it? Maybe my junior year in high school, so probably like 2017 going into 2018. Out in California, at least in my hometown, Corona, shout out to IE. They were taking away flavored backwoods. So like you could only get like tobacco flavored backwoods. You couldn't get like the grape with honey or and stuff like that. So it was real weird, and like they even started doing it with Swishers and blunt wraps. So smoking weed, you went from like being I'm gonna smoke a backwood with my homies because it's bigger, blah blah blah, and then you realize like damn, these things taste like crap, So then I made that transition into smoking joints and stuff, so I can see how they started cracking down and stuff like that.
And so it's been rough. It's been rougher in other states. Our stores in Washington took a huge hit during the pandemic because the governor had banned vaping.
Really? Like throughout the whole state?
Yeah, did an emergency order. We sued the governor. Basically, every vape shop went on a class action suit against the governor, reversed the decision, and made it so that the governor can never write an executive order banning vaping in the state. It's now illegal. That's
crazy. I mean, you think that it would have to be like a nationwide thing? Because even like if it's just vapes, you know what I mean? Like nicotine, stuff like that. You think about cigarettes, bro. Cigarettes are killing people every day. Where, vaping is helping most people.
Yeah, like that's one of the big things we did in New Hampshire is we geared the marketing for the shop towards cessation.
Okay, cool.
So it wasn't we were trying to get like lifetime customers.
Yeah.
We were trying to get you to quit smoking.
Yeah. It was like, let us help you slowly wing it off.
Exactly.
That's cool. So, jumping back to starting out here, going from having to deal with all that stuff to being out here, how long did it take you guys to get up and running out here?
I mean, if I'm going to be 100% honest, we're still working on getting up and running. The culture here is different. Works at a different speed than it does on the West Coast or the East Coast.
Yeah.
You've probably noticed it yourself.
Yeah, a little bit out here. Like some of the stuff like music-wise.
Yeah, the land of mañana, where like not everything gets done today.
Yeah.
So when you're used to working in a culture that it's like everything gets done yesterday, and you come to a place where they're like, I can always put it off till tomorrow. And it's not like dogging the culture, but it takes longer to establish something.
Okay.
So
you feel like maybe the government officials are a little bit more like.
I don't think it has to do with the government so much as it has to do with the culture of the people.
Okay.
And so it's very close knit. Like if you're from here, people will support you, but if you're not, it's slower.
Okay.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
I get you. Yeah, it was a little bit of a tough adjustment, coming from California, even though like I didn't, spend my entire life in a big city or whatever, I still grew up out there. It was real, quick, fast paced. When I got out here, it hit me for a little shock because I was like, damn, I don't have to, the speed limit is 75, but I ain't got to go 75, so it put me more in a little relaxed state. But it did take me a longer time to like adjust.
It's taken me some time. It's taken us some time. I mean, like our investors, our owners, are from states where things happen quicker.
Mm-hmm.
So it's communicating. Hey,
yeah.
Instead of like 3-year turnaround, we might look at 5 to 7 years on a turnaround.
Yeah.
And that's any business. That's one of the reasons why Las Cruces doesn't see a lot of innovation coming to industry.
Okay.
Is because things take longer time, and these corporations that exist outside of New Mexico. I mean, even going to El Paso, it's a different speed.
Yeah, El Paso's grown. You know, shout out El Paso. It's grown enormously since I've been, since I moved out here. And that's 2-3 years.
Exactly.
So I can definitely see that. But something that caught my eye, bro. I gotta ask because I was looking back. I kept glancing back. This one dab rig's got me going crazy. It's the blue one right there with like all the little attachments on the side.
Yeah.
Those are crazy. So where do you get your glass from?
So that's a secret.
We ain't.
But
we ain't spilling those.
But I don't want to tell you where I get it from. But the sources that we get it from are most of the time direct from manufacturer.
Okay, cool.
So we have our own glass distributing company.
Nice.
And then we source from direct manufacturer.
Yeah, because some of the glass up there is crazy, bro. Like
And this is just a fraction of the stuff, to be honest. Like, we have the most glass selection in cruces.
Okay.
But it's such a small fraction.
Yeah.
So anything that's shown in Vegas, I
Mhm.
can get direct from manufacturer.
Dope.
Anything that's shown anywhere else
Dope.
where they do things like that, I already have access to it.
Okay, cool. That's dope, bro. So along with the glassware, what else do you guys have, on the shelves in the shop that the people might not be able to see?
So behind us, in front of us, behind you guys,
Yeah.
I have all of my juices, salt, Nick, and standard juice,
Very dope.
as well as a number of devices and tanks for that.
Cool.
I have detox drinks. Shout out to Blazy Susan. Blazy Susan is a company devoted to helping cure breast cancer. So that's one of the reasons. That's the cancer my mom survived twice.
That's awesome.
So one of the reasons why we have like Blazy Susan, their cones and their wrapping paper is because a portion of their profit goes to funding cancer research.
That's awesome. That's cool. I think I might have gotten some of those from you at one point, and they were good. I enjoyed them.
They're not. I don't carry anything. To be honest, I don't carry anything that I wouldn't use myself.
Yeah.
So all of our wrapping, all of our wraps, all of our cones, all of our like rolling papers are all stuff I've used personally.
Very cool. Very cool. So how was it? Bringing stuff, like, did you guys have to kind of pick and choose, like, okay, well, we think this might pop off more?
No, we basically, this part of the store is everything that was existent in a store we had before in Washington.
Okay.
So this is all basically copy.
Yeah.
Like all of that stuff, we basically transplanted the store to Cruces.
Okay, cool. That's dope. So how many stores in total do you guys have?
So there are 5 around Seattle, or 6. 5 or 6 around Seattle, 2 outside of Salt Lake, and then here in Cruces.
Okay, cool. Damn. I'm terrible at math, but that's almost, 10?
That's 9.
8 or 9 stores. I almost had it this time. Bro, terrible at math. You've seen it in the shop. You hand me a 50 and I got to give you change. I'm like, damn. All right, let me pull out my calculator real quick. But damn, okay, so that's crazy. So
the other thing is that the stores in Utah and Washington have been around for a decade plus.
Okay.
So they're established stores. We're just finished our first year here in Cruces.
Yeah. Damn, it's already been a year?
It's already been a year.
Wow, bro.
Yeah.
I feel like I found...
And in September, it'll be my first year here.
Dang.
So next month, September 1st.
Yep, September will mark, I think, my 3 years. So
yeah.
I don't remember the exact day, but the 3 years.
Yeah, I sold all of my stuff, quit my job, packed the car, and drove across the country.
Damn, bro, what?
Yeah.
Bro, okay, so was it like fuck it, I don't really have anything to lose, or was it like, damn, I'm giving up my job, my house?
Well, so my grandfather was ill. He has now passed away.
Sorry,
bless his memory. Yeah. He had 93.
Yeah.
Like he had lived a full life. This has delivered at least 10,000 babies in Cruces as an OBGYN here.
Oh.
Yeah. And so
producing the pop.
Yeah. The production of the population of Las Cruces.
There you
go.
go.
Thank my grandfather, Dr. Robert McComas.
Shout out, Dr. Robert.
Yeah, and but he was ailing. My sister had come down here to help him.
Yeah.
And it had gotten to the point where she needed help.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm 37 years old at the time.
Yeah.
I'm about to be 38. I've already done most of what I want for my life.
Yeah.
I don't really need to keep doing it, so I just decided.
Packed up and took off.
Packed up and came home.
So where were you working at? Were you working at a vape shop, or were you working?
No. So most of my life has been medical practice management.
Bro, that's a whole, you know.
Well, no, put all your eggs in one basket.
Yeah.
The problem sometimes with people who want to open businesses is they will take their revenue stream,
yeah,
and then put it all into the business.
Mm-hmm.
And like you can't do that.
Yeah.
You can't put up, because what happens if the business fails? All of a sudden you've lost your revenue
broke.
stream. You're broke.
Yeah.
And you're stuck there.
Dang.
So like I had always had little things. I have a tattoo shop in New Hampshire. Lucky Vibes Tattoo in Laconia, New Hampshire.
There you go. If you're in New Hampshire and you catch this video, Lucky Vibes, check
Lucky
it out.
Vibes Tattoo in Laconia. But you can't ever put your eggs in one basket.
Yeah.
And that's like if you listen to anyone like Grant Cardone, if you listen to any of these financial wizards who put education out for free,
Mm-hmm.
the one thing they all say is don't fucking put everything into one thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Like diversify as much as you can. So even like if you're a barber and you want to get into something else, don't quit being a barber to go do that other thing.
Yeah.
Like I had the ability to quit my job because I made good money.
Yeah.
And I could come down here and take the hit for a while.
Yeah.
And can still take the hit working here and making sure the shop thrives.
Yeah.
And I have other sources. I have the tattoo shop. I have everything else.
Yeah.
So I have the ability to do that because I've developed those other brands,
Mm-hmm.
those other income streams. If you don't do that, you'll fuck yourself.
Yeah, it won't
Because
happen.
the thing is, you might think you have the world's greatest $1 million idea, and sometimes it works out. Like if you're watching Shark Tank and you hear those stories, it's like, I've spent $600,000 of my savings and loans to put this company on the map because I believe those are like 3%.
Yeah.
So 3 out of 100
Yeah.
that make it.
Yeah, exactly. It's like your
The odds are stacked
statistics.
against
Yeah,
you.
it's same as sports statistics. Only 5% play college ball and only 1% actually make it to the league,
NFL. Yeah.
So
And I have
I totally
I have
agree.
investment portfolios and things like that. So I have my fingers in all these little things that help. That I can take the hit.
Yeah.
Come here, work for the shop, be in the shop.
Yeah.
And pay myself.
And hope everything.
And make sure that
stays
I'm
good.
paying myself enough to live,
Yeah.
but not enough that it strangles the shop.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, it's one of the reasons why I haven't rushed to open a dispensary.
Mm-hmm.
Because the minute they made it legal, there's 4 dispensaries within walking distance of my shop.
Yeah.
And my shop is in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, exactly.
In Cruces.
Exactly. And like I said, we were talking about it earlier, but it's one of those like hidden gems of Cruces. You find it and you're kind of like, yo, damn, this place is crazy. Like they got really cool glass. The vape selection's real cool. The vibe in here is cool. You always have a good time when you come in. So it's one of those hidden gems, man, and it happens to a lot of businesses out here.
Yeah.
A lot of businesses, you find them and you're like, dang, this place is cool. Shout out, I don't know how big it is, but when I moved out here, I didn't really know anywhere to buy a car. Shout out L&L Auto, bro. Shout out to them because they hooked it up, they got it done, and it was boom, boom, boom. Other than going to these bigger ones, that I won't name any names, and they're like, well, you got, this and that, and this, and I still got a good rate out of it. I still get a good monthly payment. And the car's beautiful,
Yeah.
So it happens to a lot of businesses that aren't on the busiest street or are, but are kind of hidden,
Or they're hidden. And the thing is that, again, the culture, things are slow to, so like, I was explaining to a gentleman who has a coating company. I'm not going to, other than that, I can't go any further. And one of his complaints is things are slow.
Yeah.
And it's also like finding stable workers.
Yeah.
To be honest,
It's a little hard.
it's harder because people have convinced themselves that like you have to put in the work up front so that you can relax later.
Yeah.
Like, so you have to be in love with the hustle and the grind.
You gotta
You got to grind it out at the beginning so that you can take a seat back and kind of just relax a little bit later.
Yeah.
And so these people want to relax now.
Yeah.
And it's,
And
like,
you can't do that.
fuck,
Like,
bro.
it's crazy because, not, talking bad on any place or
It's
whatever.
not shitting on nothing, but it's just the reality of part of the culture here is that I have a friend who has a local construction business. I had him build a wall at my house.
Yeah.
right? Build it up. A job that was supposed to take a week took a month and a half because people didn't want to work.
Yeah.
And it's like, listen, yeah, it's hot. I understand that.
Yeah.
You like, if you need anything, tell me.
Yeah.
Water, whatever. I don't care.
I'll convene your
I'll make sure that it's done. But like, what in New England, if I wanted a wall built, it would be done in 4 days.
Yeah.
Not in 6 weeks.
Yeah, exactly. No, and I totally get you. You know, like I said, California, living out there, it was go, go, go. Like, you know, I was up at 3 o'clock in the morning to go to work. I was off by 5. I was home taking care of my kid, you know, like still trying to work on side hustles. You know, shout out my boy Baez. Me and him, we collabed on some clothing designs, clothing lines, you know, that we tried to get started. And it, you know, it was the same thing. You can't put all your eggs in one basket, man. You know, it didn't go as great as we want. He's working on a new thing. Shout out my boy Baez. You know, good things to see coming from him.
I have clothing too.
Like
I have shoes. I have clothing, suits.
Yeah.
Right.
So you're a man of, you know, many industries.
And the thing is, here's the thing that I always ask myself, and the thing that the people, my mentors always ask themselves, is how little can I put in for the larger return?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So if something's going to cost me $5,000, to launch, right. So clothing line, on online clothing line, $5,000.
Yeah.
How fast am I going to make back that $5,000, and what percentage am I going to make over it?
Exactly.
In 30 days, 60 days, 90 days.
Exactly.
A year, 5 years.
Exactly.
And how long, like at what point should I do redesigns or launch new stuff, put on a new shoe, whatever.
Stuff like that. No, and I totally agree. You know, I was talking to a guy in the shop today, you know, same thing. He's, you know, he does his own clothing brand. He's trying to, you know, start his own clothing brand. But, you know, he's going through different manufacturers, and that's where he's feeling that, like where he hits that wall is because some of them are like, yo, we could get it to you at this price with a higher quality. And it's gonna get there faster, but you're gonna have to put more money into it.
Exactly.
And then he's going to other places, and they're saying like, yeah, we could get it done by tomorrow, or it's gonna take a couple weeks. It's not as good, you know, quality, and we'll sell it to you at a lower rate. Which he's like, well, I guess I could go with that because then I'd be able to sell it, you know, at the price I want to sell it at. But if you're gonna buy better quality at a faster price and get it done quicker, you're gonna have to sell it at a higher rate.
All of my stuff is online, on demand, like shipped to you.
Yeah. So what's the name of your brand? You can say it. It's all good. It's okay. It's okay.
So I have Infinity Designs.
Okay.
But it's all under a different company.
Oh, okay.
So all of it goes to a company that's registered as an LLC
in
New Hampshire.
Okay.
And then what else have I had? I had durable shoes.
Oh, okay.
They're literally just called durable shoes.
That's funny.
And stuff like that. But as I'm redesigning and restructuring, it's like Infinity Designs that's out.
Yeah.
Like I don't have the time to invest in it.
I get it.
To do designs or find designers. Yeah. Although I can now on Fiverr.
Yeah.
So I spend $15 for a design, put it on a shirt that sells for $29.95 that's on demand print.
Yeah.
I've only spent $15 with the
exactly.
design. And my price on demand is like $8 for the shirt.
Exactly.
So the rest is profit.
Yeah, exactly.
Minus shipping.
Perfect. Hey, man, whoever's watching this, they got to be taking, you know, little notes or mental notes. And, you know, this is the real reason why I do the podcast. You know, a lot of people would say, you know, oh, you know, for me, I feel like a lot of podcasts are just famous people interviewing famous people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My whole point of this is reaching out into the cruces, you know, El Paso area, and getting to know some of, you know, you local business owners that have gems and ideas that will help the younger generation or even people of my generation, you know, get started on what they want to do now instead of waiting, you know, 20, 10, 15 plus years to not even be able to do it, or they do it and it's, you know,
and like there's all sorts of side hustles. Like literally, if you're healthy, under the age of 30, like and fit, an athlete, it's gonna sound crazy, but you can sell your poop.
What, bro?
Listen, you can sell your poop. They pay you $500 a drop. That's $180,000 a year.
Bro,
for you to just drop
how do you
a dude.
find something about that, bro? How do you like what did you look up to find that, bro?
So the company is called. And
he's got it saved on his phone, bro.
The company is called humanmicrobes.org. And so what happens is so when people get sick intestinally and have things like C. diff and things like that, one of the last ditch efforts is a fecal transfer.
Okay.
And what it does is what they do is they kill off all the flora and fauna in your system and then replace it with something else. And so
they use somebody else's.
Yeah.
What?
But it's been cleaned and sanitized.
That's
to the point where. But the thing is like a healthy colon has a number of like microbial bacteria to help with digestion. When that goes wrong, it can cause sickness.
Okay.
Right? And instead of sometimes instead of removing someone's colon and giving them a colostomy bag, you can do a fecal transfer.
Okay.
And you get healthy.
Wow, that's crazy, bro. I have never heard of that before.
But listen,
that is wild.
100% right here on the website. I'll read it to you.
This man's gonna say,
right?
That's
you can
cool.
choose if you want to make a daily donation or if you're too busy to wait only for large. After screening, right? $500 per stool sample. That's $180,000 a year.
Damn,
so if you dose once a day, you collect it. As long as you pass their screening, you can make $180,000 a year just pooping.
That's crazy, bro. That's some real side hustle shit. Like shit.
That's some real side. But
that's some real side hustle shit.
Like out here, right? They pay you for your plasma.
Yeah, that's true. That's
right.
Big.
And so you can make money donating plasma.
Yeah, I guess it's similar.
Right?
You know, just a little different.
It depends on like how hard are you willing to go into it.
Yeah.
Man, like, that's true. There's literally free money out there. You're getting paid for $45 an hour.
That's true. Yeah.
If you can drop if you can do the 500 mils of plasma in an hour, that's $45 plus any bonuses.
That's crazy.
Or incentives. There's money out there that people like. It's like
are neglecting to see.
They're neglecting to see.
Yeah.
Every day I drive by Grifols, 50 new donors needed this week. 60 new donors needed this week.
Yeah. Why isn't anybody doing it?
And you can drop twice a week. It's usually about $200-300 a week.
Yeah.
That's in your pocket. Tax free.
Yeah, tax free.
Tax free.
At that account, it's tax free. I feel it. No, bro.
And that can make or break something. So I sell my plasma, dude.
Yeah. Oh, I bet. I know countless homies that do it, bro.
Yeah, and
that's. I haven't gotten around to it because, like, I heard that first time you got to go in there and it takes like 2 hours out of your day or something like that.
It does.
It takes a while.
It can take 2 hours or whatever, right? But still, it's an hour for intake and going to see the nurse and getting a physical.
Yeah.
That you only have to do once a year.
Okay.
And then twice a week you can drop. So if you have free time for an hour,
just go drop.
Drop over there, boom.
Yeah. There you go. I'm telling you, bro. People need to take it into account and make sure you're looking out for your side hustles. There's always something you could do, man. You want to stay on top of your grind as much as you can.
I'm gonna say it like Amazon drop shipping. Amazon's that's not how to make like. These companies are asking like even the doing like setup. We do it for you. Yeah. They're asking for $5,000-$7,000 of investment. Yeah. For them to set up a shop, and then you might not see returns for another 6 months.
Damn.
So unless you have the money to drop and you can sit for 6 months on this,
it's not happening.
It's not quick money, and that's the problem. Is people want quick money, and it's not always about like quick money is donating plasma. Yeah. Physically fit, doing something like the stool samples. Yeah. And stuff like that, which is crazy, but hey, they pay.
Yeah, they pay.
$500 a drop. Listen, if I was an athlete and I was athletic and I wasn't a fat boy, and I was healthy as all shit, I'd be doing that.
Yeah, you'd be dropping.
I'd be dropping every day, collecting my stuff,
bro. That's crazy.
Off.
And that's just something, bro. Like I heard, people pay for feet pics and stuff like that, but that's probably one of the wildest ones I've heard.
But listen, I don't knock anyone's hustle. Yeah. Like if you're somebody and you're like on OnlyFans and you're making money. Make your money.
Yeah, props to you.
Props. Listen, you have found a way to market yourself.
You be in the system. Technically, you be in the system.
You still got to pay taxes. Yeah. So you're gonna no matter how much you make, you want to set aside a third of it. Yeah. For taxes. But still, I'm not gonna knock anyone.
Yeah, no, I feel it, man. I feel it.
Listen, if I was with a woman who's doing OnlyFans, I wouldn't have to work. Yeah. Listen, I'd be there with the camera. Yeah. I'd be there, everything.
Yeah, you'd be in tune. Well, it's like, shout out Adam22, big inspo, bro. I'm a big fan of Adam22, but bro, him and Leonard the Plug they smart, bro. They on some, shout out to Leonard the Plug too, but they smart with they shit. Getting everything the way they do it. I'm not gonna speak on it too much because we might have kids watching, but They're in tune with their inner selves and they're smart about it, man.
Unless you're over the age of 18, you better not be doing any kind of weird fuck shit.
Exactly, man.
But that's the thing. I'm not gonna ever, and I think it's, and I'm gonna say something nothing to do with business. Yeah. But I think it's a weak will. Yeah. For someone, right? All this alpha male bullshit. Mm-hmm. I think it's weak will for a man to not look at that and be like, we can make money.
Yeah, we can make money off of this. I feel it.
And you don't have to be a 10. Yeah. Right? Yeah. You don't have to be like the most beautiful person in the world. This is just regular everyday people. Yeah. Making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. Yeah. making content.
Yeah, exactly. It's like YouTubers really just in a different way.
Just in a different way.
You know what I mean?
Right? And so, like, there's some of the top producers on things like OnlyFans are making almost $1 million a year, if not more.
Yep.
Just making content that they release once or twice a week.
Yep, exactly.
Millions of dollars for a couple hours of work a week. I'm not gonna knock that.
No, man. Like I said, they're beating the system. They ain't working
like
on
I
9
said,
to 5.
I'll be there with the camera, be ready to go.
Be ready. But all right, so we're coming towards the end of the podcast, man. I always like to ask, is there any, couple 1, 2, 3 steps or a little bit of advice that you'd like to give our viewers or younger viewers or people that are thinking about getting into the smoke shop industry?
Don't. No.
Nice.
Listen, it takes a significant amount of money.
Yeah.
So unless you have people who can back you, so unless you're playing with someone else's money,
yeah.
Like you need to be ready to take a hit for a minute.
Struggle for a while.
So it's like almost like opening a restaurant, where like a restaurant may take $250,000 to open.
Yeah. But
you got to be willing to operate in the red for the first 2-3 years.
Yeah.
So you got to be willing to lose money.
Yeah.
And so it's a calculated risk.
Yeah.
It's not a risk. Everybody's telling people, go out, take risks. Be smart about your shit. Like the minute you feel uncomfortable about, don't do it.
Yeah. If you gotta think about it 3 times, don't do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then I like what Jay-Z says. He says, like Hova says, if you can't buy 2 of it, don't buy it.
My wife tells me the same thing all the time, bro. But I feel it. I agree with it, man. I just want to give a shout out to TJ Smoke Shop. We're here. He's here in Cruces, Las Cruces, New Mexico. What's the address for the shop, bro?
So we're 1024 East Amador right now.
Okay.
Right next to Fancy Nails.
Yep.
We're open 7 days a week, Monday through Saturday, 10 to 7, Saturdays, noon to 5.
Awesome.
Sundays, noon to 5. Sorry.
Awesome.
And yeah, we're always here.
Yeah.
Like there's always going to be someone here.
Gotcha.
Except for January when we all got sick with COVID.
Yeah.
I dodged that shit for 2 years.
We don't talk about that. We try to keep COVID on the low.
I was sick only for a day.
Dang, man, that's crazy. But like I said, shout out to TJ's Smoke and Vape Shop. You guys got to come check them out. They dope as hell. Awesome glassware, crazy vapes, and awesome prices, man. Shout out. Tune in next time for Chop Shop. This is episode 3. Make sure to click the like and subscribe button down below. And new merch will be coming out. We got 951 design t-shirts on the back. And we got quality control t-shirts dropping soon. And then the Chop and Talk t-shirts will be coming out at the end of the month. Thank you guys and see you later. We out.